right, we're going to use Jeff's advice. We changed the volume a little, so we'll see how that goes on the intro music. Again, great stuff by Mike Slater. And yeah, today we're going to be looking for some Marvel Universe Series 2 holograms. I don't know why I use plural, because in theory, it's only supposed to be one. All right, welcome everybody to I Must Dre'K You. I'm your host, Dre Alvarez, found most places as Nerd Numbers. I am doing a surprise weekend break, apparently just to taunt Burrito. A reminder for those that do not know, PSA, which is the grading company, does specials monthly. Basically, usually it's about $20 to grade a card. And what that means for those that don't know is if you have a cool card, like let's say, for example, we'll use an example set. This awesome Pete Weber signed card. You can send it into PSA. They tell you the quality of said card, and then you are able to keep it enshrined forever in plastic and proof and the better quality. So this is a 10, a Gem Mint 10. And so PSA runs these specials monthly, so usually it's about $20 if you have a membership. If you do not have a membership, it is worth your time to look for the specials, and usually if they get down to 13 to 15, you're in good shape. And so this month we have non-sports grading for 14 and NBA grading for 16. For NBA, you need 10 cards. I have a pack of 11. Arguably, the 11th card is a Leaf Bowling card that is of James Harden. We will see if they will accept it. And then for trading card and non-sports, we need a grand total of 20. Now, good news, I am fairly close. Let me see if I can get my collection. I showed off all of the NBA cards we were going to use yesterday. So let's show off what we're getting prepared. I'm not going to bother getting the autograph authenticated here because what I'm going to be sending is this 1991 Marvel Impel Rogue. So Jeff actually sent this to me. You'll notice this is autographed by Art Adams. I would love to get a great grade on this. I'm not worried about authenticating the autograph because one, I know it's legit. Two, to something Jeff and I have discussed a lot. This isn't something I plan on reselling. Jeff got Art to sign this card, definitely below what his rate would be. So I'm excited to send that. We have this shiny Superboy. I believe this is from DC Bloodline. So this is an insert, and you will notice it's shiny. If you go to patreon.com/Jeff May, Jeff will send you cards in the mail. And if he really likes you and you have particular characters or things you like, he keeps an eye out for those. So I'm a huge Superboy fan. I told him that, and he said, hey, I got this cool insert. He sent that out. Next couple up, these are going to be hard to see, but I'll do my best. These are what I'm looking for today. These are holograms. This was a grail item of mine. Scooter G's shop in Appleton that has since closed, sadly, but does still periodically show up at the card store shops. That's really hard to see, but that is a Spider-Man fighting Venom insert card. We have a Venom insert card itself. This is from the X-Men series. I have some of these, and I actually will have a complete set. That's the X-Men themselves. This is a card. I can't remember which one specifically, but I did pull a Magneto from a pack my friend Landon sent me. Hopefully that shows up at least a little. Did find one at the card store, at least the card show from Scooter G's, and pulled another one. So got that. Have a Gambit. Have a Cable. This was the one I was looking for that I didn't have from the card show. This is Wolverine. Then we have a Thing. These ones are just fun to try. So this is a Supergirl sticker. What I am hoping is that whoever grades it realizes that that is not card damage. That is actually a tree in the image. But this is in pretty good shape. It would be unlikely to come back a 10, just because stickers in general, especially ones on the shelves. But, an 8 or 9 would be cool. We have this awesome Sarah Connor card from the T2 set my buddy Landon sent in good shape. We have an A-Team sticker, so we're pressing our luck on the stickers. And then This is the cool thing. We are going to be the entire population of this. This is 2 autographed kid cards from Doom the movie. I'll say this about eBay envelopes. So for people that sell on eBay, they have the eBay guaranteed envelopes. And these things, you know, are supposed to offer 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I have 19 cards. So in theory, if I get one hologram that is in good shape from this box, I will have a set to send out. Now, the thing about eBay guaranteed envelopes is they take forever and their tracking is a lie. So Landon is in the chat. He knows this. I ordered him The Kid autographed card. And I was like, this will be a fun gift for my buddy Landon. And I sent it to him. And then it said it arrived and it didn't arrive. And we checked this. Like, we were like, did they give it to the neighbor on accident? And I've heard this is pretty standard, unfortunately, for like the eBay standard envelope. So I was like, sorry about that. And there was one other. There were 2 The Kid autographs on eBay. So I found another one and sent it. And then the first one arrived. So I was like, I guess you have 2. And then Landon was like, well, what's the procedure for grading? And I was like, yeah, let's get these suckers graded. Interesting. I'm not sure. I think I'm just behind. I'm trying to watch myself live, and I'm not seeing, but hopefully, yeah, there it is. It's a couple seconds behind. So I'm going to show one other thing really quick. So I'm starting to open these cards, 1991 Impel Series 2, and you will see that I am pretty close to complete with 100 with 98.9. But here is the fun thing for me. Namely, the first 18 cards have different bolding. So I might actually have like all of the cards. Those are going to be the hard ones, and some of those I'll actually have to collect. And I actually did go through Jeff's set and asked, hey, if you have these, can you send them over? So anyway, I'm going to get... Oops, that's main. Let's go to non-sports. Sets. Marvel Impel Series 2. Collection adder update. So let's see what I'm looking for. If you see in the first 18, these are kind of boring because I am looking for just cards that have different fonts, such as like the Human Torch. But outside of the top 18, I am looking for a Jubilee, so I wonder if Jeff sent me one of those. I actually do have a Rogue, but again, it's a signed Rogue that I'm going to be sending off to get graded. An Absorbing Man, a Nebula. I actually got a Nebula, but it was damaged. That was a real bummer. A Hulk versus the Leader, a Thor's Hammer weapon card, a Darkhawk rookie card, a Sleepwalker rookie card, and that'll be it. So we'll keep you posted. Let's start looking. And then, man, I have so much feel for like Jeff doing like breaks and stuff. Because if you see over here, I have all these NBA cards. We had a discussion about NBA Topps Chrome, or Topps Chrome basketball, I guess. And what I'll basically say is it might be worth it for some of the cool hits, but the set itself is not something I want to finish. And the price point right now is pretty high. All right, we got a Wolverine's Claws, a Jigsaw, a Death's Head, a Wolverine versus the Hulk. One thing I'll say about this card, I use this as an example card for a template I made for some of Jeff's YouTubes that hopefully someday I'll get back to doing more of. A checklist that looks like, you could notice this about older cards, like this is just not center. They weren't as worried back then, which is why if you get these cards in good shape, they can sell for a good amount. Cyclops, Lizard, Silver Surfer versus Mephisto, the Devil. Always love to see the Devil card. Captain America, Green Goblin. My kiddo's been liking Green Goblin lately. I've been doing a really bad Willem Dafoe. Who's from Appleton, Wisconsin. Represent. And my kiddo thinks it's hilarious. So I do a really bad Spider-Man, and then Jeff, I know, has a fun Have Some Turkey one. So here's the good news, by the way. I've mentioned this before. Patreon.com/Jeff May. It's going to take a little bit of... It's going to take some time. Fantastic Four versus Galactus. This is what's fun. This is the nerdiest thing ever, so apologies. If you look here, this card, durability, intelligence, gives you a scale, and at each level, I didn't realize this, Jeff showed this to me, it'll have a character next to it. So, like, I forget who this guy is, but Galactus is omniscient versus, like, Cyclops, who's above average intelligence, versus Kitty Pryde, who's, like, really smart. Tony Stark is a 5, and I think that's Reed Richards is a super genius. Then on the other side, Indestructible Galactus is number 1. Durability, Aunt May is a 1. So you are able to use this card, these cards on that scale, to flip these cards to the back and see where they stand, like who they rank up with. So you could kind of do a cross thing of like, how would Wolverine stack up against someone else in the MCU? Something I haven't done, but the Marvel X-Men cards, let me see if any of my graded ones have that. Yeah. Hopefully I didn't lose them. I put the cards I was going to grade down, and I don't know where I put them down. My desk is kind of a mess right now because I'm doing 3 breaks in a week. Thor versus Hulk. This is a good pack, like, with some good characters. It's a bummer with these older sets because I have them all. I have a Loki. I have a Use It Agent. That's a fun one. The X-Men versus Marauder, or X-Men versus Magneto, Marauders, Adam Warlock. But with that being said, I would love to crack open some of the X-Men cards that also have ratings on the back and cross-collate and see what you're wrong. And maybe one of these days that'll be content at jeffhascoolcards.com. Come on. Just, come on. Clearly, collation not a factor. And here's what's fun is, like, if you try and do these side by side, I can't even... Yeah, these, like, look identical. So, 2 X Factors. Both card 154. We have Blackout, Storm. I'm going to start sending these along to Jeff May because he likes collecting Storm's cards. Dr. Octopus's arms as a weapon. No cigarette, though. Come on, got to have the cigarette. Mojo. Sasquatch. That's just a cool card, by the way. The X-Men versus the Sentinels. That is a good one. Agility. So what's funny here is there's no 7. Nightcrawler's number 1. They couldn't find an agility of number 7. That's rough here where, man, poor Aunt May is a 1 there. And then up here on stamina, like Mr. Wonderful, I think, who becomes Vision, I believe. And that's really weird that Galactus is a 1 on stamina. Kind of odd. Quasar, Thanos. This is just a fun card. Spider-Man versus J. Jonah Jameson. Yeah, so Landon suggesting that we make our own line of Impel cards. That would be fun. You could do stuff like that. They're very clever people. He said, oops, all X Factor. So, as an example, Randall Maynard, who does the fun YouTube channel Ran Dolls, I know for a fact makes like custom figures. He made one of Jeff, actually, and he made another one that may be on its way to Jeff. And I've got multiple X Magneto. I know that. It would be fun to like make your own pack cover that was like oops all X Factor, or oops all whatever, and send it along. Union Jack, I have that. Baron Zemo. Look at Jubilee rocking the 90s with those shades. We got our base Rogue. Okay, this is good because these were both cards we were missing. Rogue and Nebula. And as I mentioned, I got a Nebula before, but it was broken. So, like, just dinged on the corner. So, these cards in general, this box has been in pretty good shape, which gives me high hopes for whatever hologram I get eventually. So, that's 2 of the cards I'm missing. Silver Surfer. Actually, I can't remember. Is Silver Surfer up? Nah, he's 45. Punisher's Arsenal. The front of the card versus the back is just so hilarious. Like, front of the card is this huge arsenal, and the back is like 2 guns. We got Kang the Conqueror, Havoc, and then X-Men versus Marauders. And for what it's worth, the X-Men versus Marauders timeline is also when X Factor came about, so this is a very heavy X Factor set. It's interesting. I think this one feels a little heavier. Like if you were going to try and pack search this out in the wild, I'd guess the holograms are a little heavier, right? So, in theory. Ooh, Darkhawk, I believe. The Darkhawk rookie was one I was looking for. So we are well on our way to getting what we want. Also, apparently I need just a base. I need a Jubilee, a Rogue. We got the Rogue. I need an Absorbing Man. I need a Nebula. Got the Nebula. We wanted Hulk versus Leader and Thor's Hammer. And then we also want a Sleepwalker. So Darkhawk, welcome to the team. Rhino, Megan, Captain America's Shield, Kingpin, Night Thrasher. I had this comic back in the day. That was a fun one. Human Torch versus Submariner. This is a fun X-Men squad because it's got, let me see, it actually lists them. It's Captain America, Thor, Quasar, Cersei is the one I don't recognize, She-Hulk, Vision, Black Widow, and Rage is not shown. I am a huge fan of just that Beast card. It is number 40. It's interesting. Beast is like number 1 in another set. He's 40 there. Baron Mordo. Spider-Man versus Lizard. And I do love that She-Hulk card. That is just a cool Triple H She-Hulk card. 43. Okay. Well, I hope I don't get screwed out of a hologram in this set. Jeff just bought a pack in the wild and found a hologram. All right, we're getting to, okay, good. So check this. In terms of base stuff we need, you can probably see that I'm just collating, or not even collating, just moving these over to the side. But I have a Hulk versus Leader, which as mentioned was one of the cards we were missing. Have a Daredevil. Now here is the key part. Look in this top left corner. It's the key. And you'll see that's bold. It is a bold decision, right? Okay, so that is the base. The variant of this card has it not in bold. So we want another Daredevil card with that not in bold. It's kind of hard to tell the difference. Maybe at the end I'll get my... Maybe I can do that right now really quick. Why not? We got some time. This is a weekend show. Hoping these... I think Jeff in general doesn't do weekends, which is good. And then I'm kind of the flip side. Where for me, weekends are when I actually get a little at a time. Okay, so I'm going to binder these up. That's the good news. And so you'll see there's Spider-Man up in the top left there. Bold. I have 2 pages here. As you'll see Spider-Man up here. Not bold. And I've got, the reason you can see Nightcrawler is because the only 2 not bold cards I've gotten of 1 through 9 are Spider-Man and the Thing. And then of 10 to 18, we have Human Torch, Nightcrawler, and Captain Britain. But there are, for the first 18 cards, hopefully that wasn't too loud of a bump there. For the first 18 cards, we have bold and not bold. And we are still looking for not bold. And I'm going to, on my eBay watch list, Sleepwalker. So I was looking for this. Okay, yeah, and this kind of actually makes a lot of sense. Absorbing Man. I don't think the collation on these was amazing. And the reason I say that is you'll notice that I open a pack of cards and it has 5 or 6 of the cards I'm looking for. A lot of these packs have repeats, both in the pack apparently. But I finally get my Jubilee. By the way, the not smart man apparently was Absorbing Man. He's the one. Jubilee, Thor's Hammer, Sabretooth, Puck, Spider-Man versus Hobgoblin, Avengers West Coast, Invisible Woman, and Saracen? I don't know how you say that. Not strong, just seems like a above-average meta-human, above-average human. But yeah, so I'm going to be well on my way to collecting my set, completing my set. All I'm really going to have to do is to go online and look for the non-bolded in the first 18, which should be fun. I know, like, actually, this Punisher here, I know I've got one on my watch list, so you'll see Punisher bold in the corner. I want a not bold Punisher. Ulick, another X Factor, Gambit. One of my favorite things that happened recently on an episode of Nerd. Okay, this is cool. Apologies. This is a nerdy thing to nerd out about. Hulk versus the Leader. All right. This is the lamest thing to get excited about, but check it. A not bold Daredevil. How ridiculous is it to get excited about that? I am getting excited about the font size on a base card. Okay, just in case we needed it. Another Sleepwalker. An Absorbing Man. Yeah, again, so you can tell the collation, right? Jubilee right next to Thor's hammer. I think we saw that before. Sabretooth and Puck. All right, now I can go into conspiracy theory territory, but this box was sealed, right? I did have to crack it open. The logic is you're supposed to have one hologram per 36 packs, or one per box. I have yet to see one. So, was this box pack searched? I got excited actually initially because I saw this at the end. I saw this Venom at the end, and Venom is one of the holograms, but base. So did someone take a CAT scanner, a CT scanner to this box? And sorry if I'm going fast, but I have actually seen like all of these characters. And we've got a contingency plan. If we don't get a X-Force, if we do not get a card that we would like to grade out of this set, Marvel Girl, glad I got an extra one. This is bold though, so not the variant, but I will be sending that to Jeff probably. Jeff, if you're watching, you're spoiling the surprises when you watch, because Jeff told me he watched the basketball one for QA last night. I'm not mad at that. I expected him to watch it, but what made me laugh is he was like going to a concert last night, and he watched it before the concert. All right, I may just not get a hologram. That is a real bummer. That's gonna bum me out about this box. I mean, I'm gonna have to buy another one, right? That's not a bummer. That's a nice excuse. Okay, another Marvel Girl, but come on, we need the bold. We need the not bold Marvel Girl. Venom, Spider-Man versus Venom. See, that kind of collation's fine. You get the Venom, Spider-Man versus Venom. Mr. Fantastic. This is not the ultimate nullifier, as Jeff has noted. I don't know if we know what's on there. I'll look that up later. Ghost Rider versus Death Watch. I've gotten this one before. Okay. Ah, dang it. So here's the... I got excited. Look it. Not bold Captain Britain. But I already have that. We just saw that. Again, patreon.com/Jeff May. You can get cards sent to your mail. Today's the last day to sign up, so go ahead and sign up. And then at the end, I'll do a quick show of what I do. Ultron and Thor. Okay, this is our last pack. Usually you would have the hologram at the end, so if you notice, what I've been doing is when I open the pack, I open it at the back. So I'm going to avoid that just in case. But I'm not... Yeah, it says I went through an entire box without a hologram. That's going to make me really sad. That's a bummer. So people like Jeff get the luck. Wolverine versus Sabretooth. Not bold Shadowcat. Nick Fury. This Human Torch. Okay, look. Here we go, though. A lot of not bold. Not bold Human Torch. Anybody want an X Factor? Anybody out there want an X Factor? Okay. Blackout. Another Storm. I'll send a couple to Jeff. And boom. That is it. So here's the contrast. So the two sets we're collecting that I have in that binder are Marvel Impel Series 2 and just wow. Look at that empty box. And it says, I'm going to read on the side. I'm going to see if it officially tells you. Okay, so yeah, I mean, so here's what's frustrating from a statistical standpoint. In theory, there is supposed to be one hologram per box on average. I didn't get a hologram. So that actually means that statistically, this is a rare box. Not worth anything, but statistically fun. Okay, now here's the good news. I did have a contingency plan. So, as mentioned, hopefully that won't hurt the comic. Mike Mayhew, apologies. That is a really cool backdrop to use the Bo-Katan cover as a backdrop. That is signed by Mike Mayhew. I do collect the cards that Jeff sends in the mail. And we're going to take a look through. So we have some comics, some movies, some CCG. Here's what I'm tempted to do. Jeff sent me this. I can't even remember. I'll have to look back in time. Boss Mania X. This is a fishing lure. This is a fishing lure. Should I get that graded? That's a non-sports. This may even be TCG. This looks like a TCG card. Should I grade the fishing lure? Let me know in the comments. Okay. But as mentioned, I have other stuff. This is something I'm upset with myself for not doing anything with, but I ordered a card in the mail, and the person saw I was from Green Bay and sent me just a bunch of football cards. But I've since learned that's like an eBay thing, and people, and by the way, here's my little annotation for that, just question mark, question mark, question mark. I don't know. I'm still working on a collection, like how to collect these and how to organize. So we have the Tonica Sisters, two of these, 1,000-Year Storm, and this is a cool looking Magic card, like an art card. I don't think any of those are. So let's see. We've got some movie cards that Jeff sent. So we've got Duped Daniel. That's from Home Alone. Do you have the Bobby Fischer? Five Goes West. This guy, Robert Picardo. And then Jeff actually, Kirk Thatcher does the voice of Greta Gremlin. So that's fun. Okay, this one is interesting, a pizza and a limo. If it had Tim Curry in it, I think I might have to grade the pizza from Home Alone. We got this Iron Man. This is a cool one, this like transparent Luke Skywalker, and then this card from the Iron Man 3 set. Again, these are all cards Jeff has sent me. I've put most of these away. We got Blink. Jeff has started the Jubilee collection. If this was in better shape, these Power Ranger cards, but these were just kind of like, you can see that one's even dented. A bunch of them were bricked up. We have Robin. Another fun Robin. DC versus Marvel. There's Robin versus a person that looks like Jubilee and Stone. So maybe. And then I have a bunch of the Jubilee and Rogue. I'll see if I can grab that box. Those are Star Wars ones. I don't think I want to grade any of those. These Batman ones are pretty cool. But I don't know if I have a Batman one specifically. And these I broke. Maybe that Batman design concept art is pretty cool. The card looks in okay shape. But it's not, that's the tough part about grading, is you either have to think it's going to be worth something or personally valuable to you. Irony, these are my Gremlin cards. They look all right because they're all sleeved up, but I actually did accidentally, these are from Landon in the chat, I did accidentally spill some water on these cards, and I think they're all safe, but all right, these are Growing Pains cards that Landon sent me. I don't think they're any. These are amazing cards. If Kirk Cameron wasn't such a dirtbag, that sticker card would be fun. But no. Okay. These are my Pokemon cards. I already sent the ones I thought grading. Those are just extra Star Wars CCG. Here's some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cards. None are that exciting, unfortunately. There's my Vader's Custom Tie, which is in bad shape. That fishing lure might be winning. I got a couple cards left, but these are the A-Team. I already scoured the A-Team. I'm going to send a sticker card from the A-Team out, as we saw at the beginning of the show. Those are the Supergirl cards. Already scoured those at the beginning of the show. Yeah, I think fishing lure wins. I think Fishing Lure is going to be the 20th card sent out for grading. And I'll see if I can get that. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to go put this box away, and then I'm going to grab one last thing, and that can be the show. Not that. And if I can't find it quickly, we'll just forego it. My microphone should be picking this up, so I should be all right there. There's that. Yeah, cool. There's the last thing. I've started getting a couple box collections. So the other debate, this Wicket card, here, and I'll zoom in now that I'm not going through an entire box. This Wicket W. Warwick Davis signed card. I actually just like how it looks in the Topps Chrome Black. This Rogue. So here's the rough part. This is my favorite Rogue card I've gotten yet from Jeff, which is the Upper Deck Marvel Beginnings. So, you know, you can see it has the first appearance in a timeline. It's Rogue holding donuts. I might send that one just because I'm looking at the condition, and it looks in pretty good shape. This might gem out, so that would be fun. Got a thick Rogue, as in the card itself is thick, so Jeff had to order an extra big thing. I got the 1996 Fleer Ultra Rogue. Jeff has sent multiple of the Marvel Masterpieces Rogue to me. That is more than fine, though, Jeff. I love this card, but I don't think I need to get it graded. The X-Men the Animated Series Rogue and Storm. This Runaway Rogue, that just looks, is that amalgams? So who is it a combination of? I'll have to look this up, but this is Rogue. It's an amalgam of Rogue and one other person. We've got the X-Men Series 2 Rogue. We actually, I guess I forgot this. I did have a base Rogue from Jeff. Shadow Cat, but that's from the X-Men series. Jubilee from Upper Deck. Jubilee from the animated. Jubilee and Robin. That's amalgam. Jubilee and Robin. So I think, I mean, we got the votes, so I think I'm definitely going to do the Fishing Lure, and then we're also going to do Rogue. And this is for me. Jeff has started a collection of Rogue and Jubilees that he sends in the mail, and I'm going to add Wicket to that. So I have my own, like, get a couple of these. The Pro Ultra, like, these can hold up to graded, like, slabs as well. So I get one of these, and that's where I just kind of keep the bigger collections. So, no hologram. This has been a kind of sad. I went out of my way to get 2 extra sets of things this weekend. I got the Topps basketball. I got the there they are. I got the Topps basketball. Hey, Jeff. So I got the Topps basketball. I went through the rest of my Marvel universe, and then nothing on both. Whiff on both, although a lot of non-ones. So, Jeff, if you're coming in late, I'm going to have to find the Fishing Lure, Jeff. But chat has decided I'm going to send the Fishing Lure. So this is my graded box. As soon as I find the Fishing Lure, I'll add it in. But sending to PSA today. So I'm going to hit up the post office after this. Art Adams signed. Jeff just left boxing. Burrito just left Kung Fu. And I'm sitting in a room breaking cards on the weekend. Guess which of us is in better shape? All right. Art Adams signed Rogue. Going to get this graded. Not worried about the autograph because, to Jeff's point, I'm keeping this for the PC. Doom Kid. We're going to have the only population. If these both gem out, we have 2 of these. We will corner the market on Doom Kid autograph cards. Fleer Beginnings or Ultra. Yeah, the Upper Deck. Sorry, Jeff. This is TJ Selvin. Upper Deck Marvel Beginnings Rogue with Donuts. One of my favorite Rogue cards. We got the A-Team sticker, Sarah Connor, Supergirl sticker. I at first thought the condition was bad, but that's just a tree. Hopefully the grader knows too. My Grail of holograms. So Scooter G's Card Shop had all of these in his box, and then he periodically shows up at card shows. So I got these. Going to get those all graded. I actually have 1 or 2 X-Men holograms I got myself. Not an Impel Marvel Series 2 hologram, because why? And then this awesome Superboy. Again, this is the 31st of the month. 31st of the month. So that means you head over to patreon.com. Let's go to the browser. We'll end with browser fun. Patreon.com/Jeff May. By the way, Jeff, we're on a Nerd Producers. That's very flattering, which means if you want to be a producer of Nerd, you go up to one of these super tiers here where you either sponsor Nerd and Jeff Has Cool Friends, or you get cards sent to you in the mail today. So again, today is an important day. Today is you get your PSA sets ready to go. You go over to Jeff Has Cool Cards. I got this ready for you. We got the playlists. I've got the playlists in reverse order. Jeff Has Cool Cards. There's the I Must Break You playlist. Jeff, you have done 79 I Must Break Yous. That is so many I Must Break Yous. You basically look through the last 4. Okay, we've got exclusives, by the way. If you're watching this and you're on the fence about going over to patreon.com/Jeff May and signing up for one of the rookie card tiers, they start at $35 a month. It is a cheap deal. You can get cards in the mail. You can get cards in the mail and produce shows. You can get cards in the mail and produce all the shows. And there is even one pod together. My hope, sorry to do this, is make Jeff watch more WMAC Masters. Someone find a way to make that happen. But you go over to Jeff May on patreon.com. You sign up for a rookie card tier. You go over to Jeff Has Cool Cards. You go to the I Must Break You playlist. I'm going to be doing this. Here's my little hack. If you go to the video speeder, this is a free plugin, and I did turn down the volume, but you'll notice I'm playing this at 4x speed. So you can, these are usually about 20 to 30 minutes of Jeff breaking cards. You put it on at 4x speed, you look for cards that you want. I have a lot of the Marvel Beginnings already, but I think I saw some I would like. So this month we've got Marvel Beginnings, Star Wars Chrome, the new one, 2024. We have the Star Trek Skybucks 1993 series, which does have Riker playing the trombone. I don't know if Jeff's keeping that for the PC or if someone's claimed it. What I will throw is, you'll notice in the comments, we got a couple comments. I don't want to speak for Jeff, but I would make the argument that if you comment on the video itself for the card you want, you're first in the line, because that helps everybody. That helps the algorithm. That tells YouTube you like watching us. That gives us engagement, which we like, and then that also means you want the card in the mail. So go to Jeff Has Cool Cards, the I Must Break You playlist. Go back through the last 4. And by the way, there's this fun Joker, pun intended. Okay, that's good news. So go back in time. This Joker showed up, and we did the Adventures of Batman and Robin. If you're like, hey, I really, let's see if I just skip to someplace random. Oh yeah, of course you got a Fiona. Oh yeah, because we went through all of the stuff. Oh, it did happen randomly, by the way, though. I was going to say, if you want the Poison Ivy makes a fake family card, like half of this set is that card. So Jeff has so many of those cards to go through. So we got the New Adventures of Batman and Robin, Skybox Star Trek 1993. Jeff says he is going to PSA a disassociating Troy. Here's a fun bit of like in canon. Then we also have again Star Wars and Upper Deck Marvel Beginnings. And Jeff says he thinks everybody this month that is on the rookie card tier is going to get a numbered card. Last thing in my brain, let me see if I do my best to timestamp these, but lately I've just really been going through and just making sure the set is labeled. But there is this awesome card. Oh yeah, Jeff, you're awesome, because Jeff puts it on the top after he found it. Jeff found this card of Riker playing the trombone next to Deanna Troi. Now, here's the bad news for you. It looks like that card, I think you only got one, Jeff, but if you got more than one, someone in the comments asked for it. Jeff says he's probably going to grade it, and just from here, it does look in good shape. But here's the thing: if Riker in Star Trek was playing classical music, Burrito jokes about ska. I'm going to argue he's playing ska. Ska would be classical music in the Star Trek universe at this point. So Riker's like, Deanna, let me play you some classical music. It's going to be ska music. And again, these cards can be yours. Patreon.com/Jeff May. I'm going to go over, so I actually did this last month. But again, I got to keep showing off over at Jeff Has Cool Cards, the Ultimate Fiona Shaw Collection. We're keeping that updated. Jeff says there is one disassociating Deanna Troi listening to Riker play trombone up for grabs. Again, if you want it, go to the comments. Go to the comments because I'm looking at the comments here, and there are some comments. We appreciate it, but no one has asked for the Deanna Troi listening to Riker play trombone. And I do know for a fact, say Burrito in the chat, that you are a three-face member, which means that you produce multiple shows and get cards in the mail. So still up for grabs. I'm going to go over to Jeff Has Cool Cards. I did this last month, Jeff, where I make my wish list and I make it public. I'm going to have to figure out the graphics there. But this is everything Jeff did last month. And I gave Jeff a list. By the way, Jeff, a bunch of these I no longer want, but if you sent them, thank you. But all I was going to say is I'm going to do this too. I'm going to finish off this month. I'm going to send Jeff a list of cards that I want. If you're a member, patreon.com/Jeff May, do that. And then, by the way, here's a fun thing. You get cards in the mail from Jeff. Then you wait for a PSA grading special. Then you send them off to get graded. They come back 10s because Jeff takes good care of cards. He sends them out well. And you retire a 100 air, right? That's the plan. Okay. Thanks, everybody, so much for listening. So glad that Jeff and Burrito were both able to make it back from their workout classes to watch the end of the show. I think I am inspired now. I'll probably take the dog for a walk after this and then head over to the post office and send my PSA cards up for grading. I got the first box. Done. This is the NBA one, so that's ready to go. I just need to slap the label on it and tape it shut. All right. Anyway, this has been I Must Drake You Part 3. Anyway, so Part 3 of patreon.com/Jeff May, which is the show. Patreon.com/Jeff May presents I Must Break You. Get your PSAs in. Get your wish lists into Jeff. It's the end of the month. Get those steps in. Okay, and so what Jeff says is the way it works is that if you basically submit your submission to PSA, they give you 20 to 30 days is what he's saying. So get the submission in now. I just want to get it in the mail because it does take a while for them to come back. I did not get a hologram, by the way. No hologram. Leaky black autograph. We discussed this yesterday where basically, I'll just end the music. Basically, both Zach and Jeff said, hey, an autograph is a good pull from a non-hobby box of cards. So anyway, thank you so much. Go sign up for all the things.